Okay, now I'll come to another very interesting phase of my work span, that I perform, and I choose to perform in public places, not random public places, not like Bandra Fort or something like that, though not like that, but somewhere where I connect to the space or people, where I feel that this is the right place for this kind of concept, I just go and do it. But this was when I was in college. This was in 2000, final year, my final year work, and that I performed at Worli Crossroad. You know that earlier there was Mela restaurant there, and just opposite there is this petrol pump. So it's the crossroad of that. So it's a mixture of industrial area, at the same time that those roads are very busy. But at that time the alert was not that high, I mean people were not that anxious about अगर किसी ने सूटकेस रख दिया तो अभी आजकल लोग बहुत केयरफुल हो जाते हैं. उस टाइम पे इतना the police was also not that much of problem. So yeah, it is called involvement diluted, and you see the trolley there, the trolley it has got wheels underneath. It's a kind of ride on the road. There are wheels underneath this board, and the drum is translucent kind of drum filled with water. And I was actually, see the roads, I was actually traveling with 2 sticks, but the traveling pictures were not very good, so I just did not, I kept it for imagination and I did not show it more. So in between I used to go to the petrol pump and fill the water again, and in you can see the shape, थोड़ा सा एक rough shape दिखता है drum में. It looks like a baby in a womb or something like that. And there you see the shape in Akashvani format, that there will be times when you will flirt with turns and challenges, to get hurt, get insulted, get dirty, and water will witness all those resources to question your freedom. Resignation to faith will be neglected, involvement polluted. And this is, let's say that that was a script, and this is the outcome of the script. And normally we shoot, see performances is ongoing for 10, 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever the concept is. But from the images I just choose very, very few, and keeping the rest in between away for the viewer to think and imagine. So not to show everything, it's not even required, It's a muddy, dirty water inside, and there's this biggest available polythene bag, and I was fully tied in without a hole to breathe. So I just wanted to actually, I thought that I will try to walk on the road with that, but I just could not move on. So finally after 10 minutes or little more, I had to start scratching the bag, and slowly just how the rebirth happens, how the enduring happens, that you not only survive but you endure from that. So just slowly came out of the hole, yeah, and the water releases like that on the road. This is I was like the time where I am usually affected by this redeveloping, renewing the whole city, and all time you see bulldozers around, and cities are being, I don't know what kind of scene, what kind of life they are imposing on us, that it's all the time somebody is telling you that this is the life you should have. So there's this very scary, it's very scary that all these things happening around, and you feel everybody is feeling insecure, no matter whoever says whatever, but it's a lot of insecurity and lots of anxiety towards these things. So this is not a scarecrow but a scared crow, and I became out of this the dustbin bags we get, large size black ones, just to throw away, and this is non-recyclable. Those are very bad plastics, and I made myself a crow from that. Not completely replicating crow, I did not, that was not the intention, but somebody who is fairly scared kind of a crow, yeah. Let's say that I would not call it photography, because I don't think photographers will call it photography. This is not photography.
It was like a still film.
Yeah, the process is film only. Like if I think of Nayan and Kismara making a film, I would not treat it the same way I have done it here. It will be different, but it can be a film. You know, see, people are into documentary films. At the same time, they do completely made up film also, like the very imaginative stories, which you may realize that this cannot be real, but you still enjoy. So that's what I call temperament. Temperament and pace make that impact on us to believe that. Now this was a Art Chennai camp. We were invited in to live in a 5-star hotel and work there. I don't know what that made any sense, but so that's the way we were asked to. And so obviously one cannot work on a particular concept given to you. Okay, you are commissioned to work this. It doesn't happen with artists at all. It's always one artist work is always connected to the earlier and the next. So it's always like, that's why we call concerns in art and not a particular subject in art, because artist has concerns and you can see that concern throughout the body of work and not just by one work. Let me say that coming back to the students, I've seen many students saying that, अरे ऐसा क्या है हुसैन या रज़ा में, वो हम भी पेंट कर सकते हैं. This is a very common thing people say, in students especially, and laymen also, but let's not talk about that. As students say that ये बिंदु किया है रज़ा ने, तो what is so big deal about it? We can also do that, but you don't do that, right? You don't do that, and also you cannot keep on doing that. So the Raza is not known only for one Bindu painting. He is known for year so and so, from there to year so and so, you know, and that's what we call concern. It applies the same to the film. Dibakar Banerjee has a certain concern about film. Anurag Kashyap has a certain concern about films. You know that, you feel that concern. You know that Aditya Chopra will not do the same. He cannot do the same because his concerns are different. So that same applies to art, craft, design, everything, and films also. So this was again with the building and redeveloping sort of all the time, those noise with, you know, constantly something is being excavated. पता नहीं ऐस इतना vigorously कि कुछ मिलेगा अंदर से, कुछ मिलेगा अंदर से, कुछ मिलेगा, इस तरह का curiosity होता है लोगों में. इतना rigorously उनका काम होता है. All places around Mumbai is on heap. Like everybody wants to dig something to get something. तो क्या निकल जाएगा नीचे से ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा? So it's like, so it was a reaction to very simple things which is called interrogating agents. This series is called interrogating agents, edible series. So I kept, I made few things very sketchy, but it appears like they are eatables. So it's a mixture of those. It's created like a swimming pool, but they appear also like a bread pieces or a pie pieces with blueberry gel or something. You know, here we cannot see the shine much, but if you see the actual prints, there are lots of shine on the center, the blue. It's like any food tray with a pour at the chutney, but this is white and grey cement with the brick. Dust and brick pieces. It's big, this big thal, and this all food was placed during the lunch hours in a 5-star hotel. So people will go through the actual food and they'll come to this, and they may, I mean, few people did. They just, because they talk and they don't realize that what it is. And one person just take it and they thought that maybe this is chutney or something, and they put it back. Oh, okay, this is something else. So the placing, the installation, that's where the installation comes, and that's where the space comes. Now filmmaking is also a lot about space. Now space is not just about your location. I'm talking about your space in your imagination, your space of your story, you know. This is a cake piece made out of the bunch of buildings, and the bulldozer hand as a fork.